Amoebiasis is caused due to Entamoeba histolytica. Entamoeba histolytica is a sarcodina, we can say. Under protozoans, it comes under sarcodina. Now, why we call it under sarcodina? Because we see that these forms are having pseudopodia as a locomotory structure. Now, this particular organism was discovered by Campbell. Now, he said that these organisms are monogenetic, meaning it completes its life cycle in single host. And where is its life cycle going to complete? It completes its life cycle in intestine of human, intestine of man. These organisms happen to be dimorphic. What is morphic? Morphology, structure. So they are two structured forms. One structure is called as minuta. The second structure is called as magma. Magma is otherwise called as the trophozoite. Trophozoite is the pathogenic form which enters into our body. So, if you are actually looking at the entire life cycle or the entire structure and then getting into the life cycle, we understand that Entamoeba histolytica do not have normal structures just like the other protozoans. For example, as I already told you, this comes under Sarcodina and hence it is a pseudopodial form. It is having an irregular shape and it has a nucleus. But along with nucleus, there is absence of contractile vacuole. Now, why is this contractile vacuole absent? Because if this would have led its life in an open condition, it would have got favorable, unfavorable conditions to lead. But since it lives in the intestine of man, it doesn't have these kind of issues. So, their main motive is to infect a organism, infect a human. So, basically the infectious stage, if you are seeing, of these organism is a tetranucleate cyst. Nuclei cyst. Now, what is tetranucleate cyst? We will just quickly see a structure of it. So, if you are looking at this cyst here, you can see there are 4 nuclei. This is the tetranucleate cyst, which is the infectious stage. Now, this tetranucleate stage, which happens to be infectious, let's draw that here, that converts or that change is into minuta. When this is changing into minuta, it changes into 8 minutas. So, what we understand is each of this nucleus must have undergone one mitosis. So, when it underwent one mitosis, it formed into 8 minutas. This minuta then changes and forms into magma stage. We said magma is the trophozoite stage and this magma is the pathogenic stage. What is the difference between pathogenic stage and infectious stage? Infectious stage, infection happens when we are getting the organism inside our body through contaminated food and water. Pathogenic stage, when the symptoms starts to be seen. So, what basically these magma do is it removes the or rather secretes a chemical called as histolytic chemical or histolytic enzyme. The name itself is telling histo or histology, the cells, the lining, the tissue, lytic, the breakdown. So, it kind of damage the intestine lining. The moment it damages the intestine lining, we can see several symptoms in this case. So, the symptoms basically are 4 in number. When there is a removal of complete intestinal lining, we can expect there should be abdominal pain. So, abdominal pain is the first one. Once there is abdominal pain, we could expect cramps also to be felt. Other than that, we can expect the stools to be acidic in nature. Acidic stool would be formed. Along with this, there would be dysentery. What is dysentery? Removal of blood and mucus along with the stools. Why is the mucus going? Because the inner lining is getting ruptured, right? So, it is lined by mucus, even that mucus comes out. So, once more, Entamoeba histolytica, which is a pseudopodian form. It is monogenetic, dimorphic. Dimorphic forms are minuta and magma. Tetranuclear cyst is the infectious stage, which converts into minuta and then into magma. Magma is pathogenic stage. It secretes histolytic enzyme which damages the intestinal lining, which causes abdominal pain, cramps, acidic stool and dysentery.